Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I will be reviewing this Bowser CP Rail sd40-2f. This locomotive is decorated in CP Rail and in the Action Red. My model is equipped with ESC lock sound and is numbered 9018. Lifting up on the box, the top cover comes off to reveal the inside. Lift up on both sides and your locomotive should come right out. Also included with the box are some tips for lubrication, which is very nice. Basically tells you everywhere where you need to lubricate your model. Don't see this on many models often. Very nice Bowser. Sliding out the locomotive from the package reveals the cradle that it sits in. Lift up on one side, and here's your locomotive. If you're wondering why this thing isn't falling over, it's because it's screwed on. So like Atlas, Bowser actually screws down their locomotives, which I think is pretty good, since there's fewer chances of the model slipping out of the packaging during transportation, which protects it even more. And this is a highly detailed model. To take it out, use a Phillips head screwdriver and just unscrew the two screws underneath. Or use your hand. Now be very careful, because if you're not holding down the model while you're unscrewing it, it will come right off. So be very careful when handling the model. This model usually retails for $359 Canadian at my local hobby store, but just like my scale trains locomotive, I managed to get this at the Kitchener Model Train Show for only $125. So looking at the front of the model, reveals a ton of detail in the front, which is very nice. We've got separately applied grab irons, sand filler hatches, a separately applied bell, which looks very nice. And we've got 4 ice skate antennae on the top, and one in the center. Moving down to the nose area, you can see separately applied grab irons, which look very good. And this is something that you don't see on many models. We've got operating class lights here. I'll get into that later. We've got the 2 front headlights and the bottom mounted ditch lights, which do operate but do not flash. And we have plastic grab irons here, which on most models I find aren't very sturdy, but these ones are actually very good. And the number boards do light up, which is very nice. Flipping the model onto its side here, it reveals a EMD style tread plate on the bottom, which is very nice. Flipping it on, turning it around to its right side, we can see a ton of detail. We've got separately applied grab irons here, fire extinguisher decal, some molded on vents here, which look very good. And looking at the fuel tank, reveals a few ladder steps here, which help the crew climb up to the door. Very cool. Looking at the trucks, we've got a ton of separately applied details, such as these brake valves here, and all the piping. Moving to the back is probably my favorite thing about this locomotive. These separately applied chains. Now these things actually are very cool. They actually are separately applied and they're full chains, so when the locomotive moves around, they move around with it. Turning our locomotive to the back here reveals more separately applied grab irons and a non-operating DPU light, I believe that is. But tons of very nice MU cables here and your hoses. There's also a coupler cut bar here, which I will show. So this black piece right here, and a coupler which I weathered up. There's also that single style Canadian headlight, which is very cool. Turning it over to the left side, or right side I should say, reveals the horn, separately applied, very nice. Some more vents. And you can see this is the only access door, there's none here, unlike the other side. Also, we can see same truck detail underneath, and your braking pipes. Taking a look through the windows reveals a fully furnished cab interior, which is very nice. And just a quick thing I should point out, these things do look a lot like the GE-840 CMs, because they are basically almost the same design other than the face of it and the internals. They're both full with cowl units, one of my favorite, and they both look almost identical. Looking at the roof, we've got a separate fan here, which looks very nice and see-through. We've got lift rings everywhere, unlike the Scale Trains operated one, which had molded on ones. And we've got a Canadian winterization hatch here, and some more fans. Also included are these photo-etched grills here, which look very good. And you've got the safety striping going all across.